Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return finally with some more league racing. Yes, I've been getting so many comments over on my main channel that I need to do more F1 online racing, so I've jumped back in. We're here for the LCR F2 League. Sadly, I missed the first weekend's worth of racing last week, but we're jumping in. It's a 6-race season, taking us to a few different tracks actually that Formula 2 doesn't actually race at in real life for the most part. We're here at COTA. The way this league works, we've got one-shot qualifying, and then we've got a feature race to begin with that's at 50%, and then technically we've got a 25% feature race after that because the sprint races tend to break online. But I've got no idea as to how well this is going to go. It's genuinely the first online race I've done on F1 22, so this one is going to be interesting. Make sure you subscribe and hit follow as well for more if you go on to enjoy. But the aim tonight is just keep it clean and tidy and hope that we don't get disconnected. And that immediately is not ideal then, so it's meant to be wet running throughout the weekend by the looks of it. Now, I was using preset 4. I might bump it... no, we'll keep it at preset 4 just because you tend to get less understeer. The race is 2%... No, so the race actually isn't raining. That's a bit of a graphical bug, so we don't need to worry too much about that. So yeah, we're going to have to struggle around on our qualifying lap, but then when we get to the race, it should be absolutely fine. But wet qualifying then, first time driving the F2 cars online. Of course, I've already done a fair bit of the Teo Porcher career mode, but we'll see how this goes as well. I'm in the Prema tonight. I picked up Dennis Hauger's car. People already wanted my ART, so I mean, it's nice to see some different cars on F1 22, I suppose, but yeah, we'll wait and see as to how this one goes. Right, well the goal will just be keep it clean and tidy then over this one-shot qualifying lap. You never know how many places you might gain just from other cars invalidating, especially in changeable conditions. I'm just going to bring the front brake bias down pretty much as low as it'll go, but sweat mode is certainly going to be an absolute necessity on this lap, as that is far too early on the brakes into turn 1. That is not the line I wanted. That's not gone well. I have never driven the F2 cars in the rain on F1 22. That's been a bit of an experience through the first sector. Right, well there we go then. It was Connor that took pole by almost a second over LCR Leopard. Connor, TMSMA, sorry, is just OP in these cars. But yeah, two of us not getting a lap in means we're going to start 10th for the feature race today. Let's see if we can try and pick our way through the carnage. Right, well here we are then on the grid, ready for my first online race of F1 22, and you can see, yeah, still rocking the preset 4. We can't make any setup tweaks to that. In terms of race strategy, I'm actually going to try and go long on the mediums to begin with, and then go to the super softs later on in the race there, just to sort of see, we may as well try something different starting from the back of the field. If we get a safety car early on, then, actually, no, we should be alright, of course, because you can't pit inside the first few laps in an F2 race, so we'll see how it goes. Who really knows? I've just noticed there's some rear wing graphic bug on the Prema car, and if that was the same thing offline, if I'd done a career mode with Dennis Hauger, that would have seriously been me well and truly in the bin. There we go though. Mark just confirmed we should get no rain today. 16 laps ahead of us, so we're probably going to try and do about 10 and 6 on each set of tyres, but yeah, of course, we've got to just try and make it through lap 1, of course, here for everyone. I mean, it's only 11 cars, so it should be fairly clean and tidy. I'm going to say all this and we're going to get absolutely murdered. Rounding through the final corner then, I must admit, of course, being able to line up on the grid on F1 22 is pretty cool at the best of times, but online, it's just those little things that make it feel a bit more authentic as we try and put some heat into the rear tyres up towards the start-finish line. But yeah, we've got a mixture of... Someone's been DQ'd somehow. We've got a mixture of tyres though. Some of us on super soft, some of us on the hards, or the mediums even. I'm going to try and line up purple score. There we go, pretty much perfect on the launch. So let's get into it though. F2 here from COTA. I'm definitely going to have to concentrate at the start. 5 red lights. And it is lights out and away we go. Pretty good start there as we head down towards turn 1. Guy behind us went nowhere in towards that first corner, and I'm just going to try and take it nice and easy to see a couple of cars trying to be quite aggressive over the curbing. I think we're up into 8th though, by the looks of it off the start, so little getaway for us as we head down in through the S's on lap 1. I think the key tonight is just going to be trying to avoid corner cut penalties. So we'll have a look at the inside of the ART. COTA, of course, quite easy to pick up those track limits warnings, so if we can just try and avoid them at all costs, that's probably going to do us a lot of favours tonight there. As you can already see, the super soft runners have just got so much extra grip early on in this race, and they will continue to do so. There is a big send down at the hairpin just in front. We're just trying to get tyres up to scrub everything like that. And yeah, I'm not too sure who went round early on or who went massively off wide. I saw we picked off one car, but I didn't know we'd picked off anyone else. There's Apex having a look back at the inside of the ARC in towards the final sector. Again, more locking up. Apparently, don't know whether to believe it or not, but that's what the game's telling me. As we head down through this final sector, around the outside perhaps of the ART. See if we can put the power down, have the inside for the next corner. Yeah, I thought we don't send in at the inside of Apex as well. There is just a little bit of a twitch on the exit, so we'll slot back in. It's P8 then as we ran through the final couple of corners. It was Leopard, one of the fastest drivers in this league, I would imagine, who made the mistake, or something happened. Maybe there were some contacts there as well, but yeah, he's going to try and fight his way back through as well. Apex. That's definitely a corner cut through the final corner, as Connor leads the way then to the surprise of absolutely nobody early on, but we've hung on then up to P8 early. I think it's the top 10 are reversed for the sprint race coming up afterwards. That'll probably be in a separate video, but yeah, so as long as we end up inside the top 10, hopefully we can try and score some good points there, but really I just want to try and score as many points as possible in every single race. It's back through the S's will go on this second lap there. You can see Dan again just a little bit all over the road, just to get the car worked out. It is so difficult, of course, where we've done this track so many times in the F1 cars, coming into it in an F2. Very different experience, but yeah, now we've got Leopard breathing down my neck as well, so we've got to be careful of that. Yeah, just every time it shows a car's locked up in front, where I'm so used to racing the AI, you think, oh, he's going to fire off wide, but then obviously they still connect with the Apex. How is Leopard? Is he running preset number 5, I wonder? I think maybe a few people are around me, so we should have a bit more through the corners, but yeah, we'll wait and see there as well. It's pretty much as close as you're going to get to a warning without getting one. Stan just struggling a little bit through these final couple of turns. We'll have a look up the inside. So you can try and pull off the move. And the outside in towards the Turkey section. Going to have to be brave here, but if he is on preset 5, we should have a bit more grip. No, we do not there. Get right out in the marbles. So now Leopard's going to try and look at the inside. Trying to sit on the apex, make sure we defend our position. Is he going to send it at the final turn? Yes, he is. It would be nice to have some room off the corner, but apparently not. DRS now enabled though, as we're back down into 9th. Here we go. Apex might try and defend from Leopard, or he might just let him by. Of course, they are teammates. We've got yellow flags out. Someone else having issues? I think that's the MP Motorsport car behind us. Stan and Leopard still duking out though through these final couple of turns. Let's see if we can try and get a little bit closer once more. Head through those final couple of turns. They've just got to be super careful on these curves. Of course, you have to run. Oh, bit of a mistake there from Dan at the final turn, but where these cars, you don't get much feel through them on a wheel on F122 for whatever reason. You have to run your full speed back really high, and that then sadly means that often, when you hit curbs, especially around a track like COTA, as someone's not happy. I think that is the MP Motorsport car again. Yeah, when you hit curbs around a track like COTA, it really just throw the car and your wheel around. Quite a lot, as in more than you'd expect. Someone's gone round just in front of the car on the mediums. That's going to promote us into P8 then of this race. Must have been the Dam's car there. He goes for a quick spin. We are just, like I said, picking cars off. Didn't get much chance to practice either for this tonight. As hopefully, so we can try and work our way past Dan quite soon, as that is very wide through the penultimate corner for him, taking the IndyCar line. We can try and get a run at the final turn. Whoa! Accidentally kind of launched it towards him at the final corner there, and DRS as well. We will now inherit P7 then, here at COTA. Car just up the road with it. with a penalty, and I'm just going to get turned, apparently. What? Okay, hopefully we can try and get that one removed. Got a damned car behind me, running very, very quickly at the moment. As we head in towards the middle sector. We've got more battles going on at the road, as that is a horrible line through there. I'm trying to look around the outside of me, trying to slam that door shut. As we head up through the S's, but like I said, hopefully we can try and get that 5-second penalty removed. I feel like I lost a fair amount of time in the process there. This guy's got so much grip. How is he finding that sort of pace? He's up the inside, he'll have a look then down at the hairpin. We'll try and come back at him off the corner, which we will do, and I don't know, I think yeah, he'll have the DRS still, so this is a pretty futile attempt to regain my place there, as he's just probably going to be able to set sail off into the distance down in towards the final couple of turns of Sector 2. Hopefully he can bring us back closer to Dan though once more, because yeah, he does seem pretty quick. There we go, first car into the pits. The Supersoft Stu lasted a little bit longer than we were expecting then, either that or he's the only other runner that was on them. I was planning on boxing end of lap 10, but it might end up being end of lap 9. Well, I know what we'll do, we'll just follow the crowd, but yeah, we'll wait and see. Here we go. Dan's car having a run on Dan as we head back up towards turn 1. Let's see if we can try and close up just a little bit more to the pair of them. There's a little bit wide there. Okay, reconnect with the apex quite nicely, but it's kind of weird in these F2 cars. Oh, up the inside, I'll have a look. I'm going to go side by side into the S's. Hopefully then can try and capitalise on this one. No, oh, swoops in just behind there. Gets a little bit close for comfort. 3-second penalty as well for his troubles. So not ideal. So we're just going to try and keep it clean and tidy. See if we can get a run off the corner down the hill. Not with that line, we won't. Still yet, actually, to get a warning in this race. We just had the instant 5-second penalty. So we've done pretty well. We're only at half distance, but... Whoa! Apologies there. Does he just let me have it anyway? I don't know. Anyway, gained a spot then, I suppose, but...
Nice move.
Unfortunately, yeah, we've lost a little bit of time for cars in front. I'm still looking at Joseph. That 3-second penalty. Wondering if we can get within range of him by the end. Yeah, I do wonder if Dan's just let me have that. If that was the instant that it looked like on my screen down at turn 1, because I did wonder whether it was just desync or whether we hit the curb and just looped it round, but yeah, perhaps that's what it was. There we go. More cars into the pit lane then, off of the mediums, so that seems a bit early to be boxing, but each their own, I suppose. Connor's come in, so it's probably the right thing to do. I'll stay out one lap longer then and try and get the overcut. But we'll wait and see what happens. That's a bit scary. Think the rears might be going there. Big wobble through the Turkey section as, yeah, just somehow avoiding a warning that time round, but make sure we get the car slowed down, 37 miles an hour. Tyres are well and truly shot as we head into the pit lane. And oh, I've got to serve the penalty! No! I completely forgot about that. Oh, that's frustrating. So we won't be even able to get rid of it. Because obviously we'll have already taken it. Now we're going to have a real fight on our hands in the second half of this race. 4.4 second stop. Let me go! Oh, that has well and truly screwed us. So now we're going to have to do a lot of work late on in the day. It's going to be, where are we going to be? Out in P9 then of this race, but 2 cars in front of us have both got penalties. So we're just going to have to give it our all and see what happens. I think we did lose far more than 5 seconds as well through that, unless the super soft tyres are absolutely rapid on their outlap there, but we've got to try and close up then about 6 seconds to the 2 in front in about 6 laps. Going to need some concentration here, basically qualifying laps to the finish. Of course, all we've got to hope for is their soft tyres start to die out before, and hopefully that ours won't, so that's the goal. But the 2 in front of us have been battling it out a little bit, so maybe this isn't going to be impossible to at least get closer. I mean, we should get the medium runner, but yeah, whether we'll be able to get back past Dan by the end is a very different question, but we're going to keep pushing on. See what we can muster up. Damn. First warning of the day. We've done so well up to now, don't let it start slipping. Looks Looks like Dan's picked up another 3-second time penalty though. We're going to keep trying to push in case he can get one of them removed, but we are getting a little bit closer, lap after lap still. 3 more to go. I just want to be within range of both of them. Oh, yellow flag's out. Oh, it's a car behind me. I think that's Jack's gone round. Tough race for him up to now, and I think, yeah, he's just probably overstepped the mark. So easy to do out of turn 1, but that just means even if now we make a mistake, we've got a bit more room behind. Oh, there we go. Gets the car in front under 3 seconds almost briefly. That's what we're trying to do by the end of this, try and get both those cars within 3 seconds in front now. Like I said, just in case Dan can get rid of one of those 3-second penalties, but that's not done me any favours. Trying to get the run out onto the back straight. I think there's still quite a big battle going on for the lead between Bourbon and Connor. So we'll see who comes out on top, but just over a lap to go. We're still pushing. There we go, one more lap then. Gap to both cars under 3 seconds. They keep battling. That'll do us a world of favours, but yeah, as long as I don't do anything stupid, we should be good. Later on, we've been able to claw the gap down. There's all Jack behind us. Picks up a 3-second time penalty as well, heading through the penultimate corner. It's so easy to do through there. Got no idea how we've been able to keep it clean through there up to now. There's all our cars in front still battling as we head through the first sector. Then neither of them want to give up on the place on the road there, even if it's just for pride as much as anything else. But yes, we head up the hill. Just got to try and keep it clean and tidy. Like I said, we've got nothing to gain. Still a bit gutted about that 5-second penalty, but I think looking on the mini-map, we probably weren't going to be able to do much more than getting P7 in this feature race. Of course, like I said, you know, first race back in the F2 cars, it was always going to be a tough test, especially, you know, first race back online as well, of course, is the even bigger thing there. And, you know, maybe without the spin and the penalty, we could have been close to those next couple of cars, but you know, it would have probably just been a case of what if rather than any sort of guarantee. But, you know, hopefully once we get a bit more time on the board there, as Bourbon is actually going to take the win then ahead of Connor, so GG's to him. We are getting quite close to these two actually on the final lap of the race there. So Connor does come through for P2. I think it was Ben in P3, and then Leopard did recover to P4 there. When all is said and done, are we going to get a Seb K-Mag style battle between the two in front of us in towards the final corner? I think they will. Just hang on there. So we should get P7 then after all the penalties have been dished out at the final corner. Yeah, there we go. P7 then in the end, 12 seconds behind the cars in front. I think we would have struggled to match them in the second half of that race there. But that was pretty good for us. You know, learning experience and always, I'll take it. Like I said, it was Bourbon then ahead of Amazed. Ben in P3, Leopard, Joseph, NT, and myself there ahead of Mafio, Apex, Jack, and then, yeah, just Greenhorn, who I think, yeah, disconnected quite early on in the race. So, yeah, make sure you join us again. We'll be back tomorrow with highlights from the sprint race. Fingers crossed we can try and score more points on the board, but you know what? We'll take that as a first race result.